This is Noah Kuhn with the UpTake. We're interviewing Scott Grove, the head of news.
Steve Grove. Oh my gosh.
Okay, Steve, how do you feel about that?
It's really unbelievable. I mean, we just met a few moments ago. I mean, Nick here is a great guy, and I can't believe that he totally forgot my first name. Oh, I mean Noah.
You have been head of news and politics at YouTube for how long?
Since about February of '07, so about a year.
And how did you get into this gig?
So I come from old media, as they say, myself. I worked at ABC News for a little while, and then before that was a stringer for the Boston Globe. And just started becoming a YouTube user myself. Kind of just fell in love with the site from seeing it there, and then just applied for a job as like a content editor. It was right around the time that politics were taking off on YouTube.
The macaca moment area, 2006, are we talking about? Or?
Yeah. I mean, the macaca moment was in some ways kind of the birth of YouTube politics, at least in the public's mind, I think.
This fellow here over here with the yellow shirt, macaca, or whatever his name is.
Originally, people kind of considered, oh, YouTube's a place where like gotcha videos kind of reign, and voters are out there to kind of catch candidates saying things that they wish they shouldn't have. But the interesting thing that's happened since then is, of course, candidates have come onto the site as well. So they all have their own YouTube channels on our You Choose 08 platform. And certainly they want to see their videos featured, and we try to do a pretty fair job of that. I mean, essentially, we do feature videos from all the campaigns on our pages, but really, other than sort of give campaigns tips about best ways to use the site and ways to reach out to voters, we really do still remain a platform. And so it's really up to these campaigns to think of the best way to get their footage out there through email blasts, through the correct tagging procedures, through friending, through networking, and through good content. For example, Mike Huckabee's Chuck Norris YouTube commercial was a tremendous piece of content. It wouldn't matter whether I featured that thing or not, it was going places. That's really the advice we always give campaigns, voters, issue groups, whoever, is just do good work and put it up.
Tell me more about what YouTube's doing here at the Iowa caucuses. You are partnering with the Des Moines Register in order to solicit video from caucus goers and just kind of average citizens on the street, correct?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, our idea is essentially this, like there's this localized event, but it has national implications. Shouldn't the nation get to see it from the voters themselves? We think that they should. So we're essentially encouraging voters to go out there, bring their cameras inside the caucus, which of course they're allowed to do as long as they don't disrupt what's taking place, and just kind of let us see what takes place in their local precincts. It's neat because people all over the country often bemoan the influence of these earlier states, Iowa, New Hampshire, all this influence. YouTube kind of allows us to break down some of those geographical barriers and say, look, you can actually see what's taking place in these states for yourself and make a judgment call about whether you think it's the best way or not. And it also just empowers like a new group of people to kind of report on the election that wouldn't have otherwise been able to.
How many videos are on YouTube at any given time? Like just, in the ballpark, we're talking hundreds of millions?
Every minute, 8 hours of video uploaded to YouTube. And every day, hundreds of millions of videos are watched and hundreds of thousands are uploaded. The scope is pretty staggering, frankly. And so there's so much out there, and one of our challenges is to help people find what's interesting. And we do that a little bit editorial, but mainly we kind of let the community decide.
There's one thing we're asking a lot of media people is, how is your constant exposure to the process, has it jaded you at all?
I retain a healthy sense of optimism about our democracy, no doubt about it. I think we're really only up to like round one, essentially, of this presidential election for one. So we're just beginning to see ways people are experimenting with the medium. I'm optimistic essentially because people keep uploading. If people didn't keep uploading their thoughts and their opinions, then I'd be worried, but they don't. Every single day people are uploading new and fascinating viewpoints and videos and documentaries that they post. And so I think people have really taken a hold of this platform as a way to get their messages out there. So that makes me optimistic. How do we measure our success? I mean, I think we look at like what will voter turnout look like next fall, how many people will sort of engage online through video with each other and with candidates. Those are kinds of things we're looking at to say, okay, well, is YouTube really doing our job here, which is to really provide a public service for people. I was mysteriously feeding the Google Elves. They're all hiding underneath this black curtain right here. I'd open it up and show you, but they're afraid of the light, so I'd have to keep it. They are like gremlins, actually. They look a little bit like gremlins, too, except for they're yellow, red, orange, and blue. Yeah.